The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised.
Predator. I know that one. It was Predator, wasn't it? I thought it was.
It was, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, welcome back to Comic Book Bullies Nursery Bully. I'm host Leroy, aka the King of Sting, aka the Master Disaster, aka the One and Only, aka the Prince of Punch, aka the Thane of Pain, aka the Dancing Destroyer, aka the Count of Monte Fisto, with my co-hosts.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka Kung Fu Foot Massage.
There you go. Sexual or violent, both. I don't know. Here's the thing, Eli. All of our listeners will have no idea what I just did. That's the problem of it, because you know what? Because when I did realize that people were happily bragging how they haven't seen Rocky movies until Creed came out. They were like, Creed, the only one I've seen. I'm like, come on, man. Y'all got to do better than that. Anyway, back in the episode, we want to start the episode off nice. I want to welcome everybody. This is our first episode we're doing through Black History Month. And we were going to do like name like one black person, famous black person, and say some things we did on them. And I didn't have an idea of who I wanted to do. And then the universe just dropped it in our laps, unfortunately. So we do want to pay our due diligence. We do want to talk about a legend. We're going to talk about Carl Weathers. For those who saying, like, since some of y'all brag about how y'all never seen Rocky movies, this is going to be tough for y'all. So yes, we're going to break it down and give you history on Carl Weathers real quick. Eli, like I said, you know Carl Weathers. You're familiar with Carl Weathers.
Oh yeah. I watched The Mandalorian.
They haven't seen that either. But yeah, but for even if you haven't seen the Rocky movie,
I've seen Happy Gilmore. No.
Exactly, he's in that. So the thing is, even if you haven't seen a Rocky movie, you've never seen any Rocky movie ever in your life, it doesn't matter, because he's part of the cultural zeitgeist, because he's Apollo Creed. Now, we do have to talk about where Apollo Creed came from. Like I said, Apollo Creed, and I want to make sure I don't miss my words in this. He was the villain of the first Rocky movie. And the second one. He was the villain.
Pretty much.
But the good thing about that movie is that he was one of the only movies that you can name where the villain wins. So Apollo Creed won in the first Rocky movie. Most people don't know that because they never seen the movie. That's why they don't know that. But we do have to talk about where's the origin of Apollo Creed came from. So the origin of Apollo Creed came from because he's basically a fictional version of Muhammad Ali. Because when Muhammad Ali first came back after he was banned, from not going to war, he had to fight this fighter named Chuck Wepner. Chuck Wepner, that was his name. And everybody thought that Chuck Wepner was going to get destroyed in the fight, but the fact that Ali couldn't knock him down, because I think that was a decision fight. So the fact that he even made a decision fight in that one, it made him a hero to everybody. And Sylvester Stallone was sitting in the front row of that fight when it happened. He was like, that would make a good ass movie. All I got to do is just make sure I just change by the name so I have to pay him rights. So Chuck Wepner got paid nothing off those Rocky movies. That was a funny thing. But that's the thing. So Rocky was Chuck Wepner and Apollo Creed was Muhammad Ali. That's where he came from. And then the character evolved from that and everything like that. Pretty much all the Rocky movies until Rocky IV, where he was killed by Ivan Drago. Yeah. But he was on roids, so it doesn't count. He was all natural. He helped Rocky get back his eye as a tiger, and what else we got here? It was some other stuff he was in also. He was also, not only was that, he was in Predator.
Oh, yep.
Now,
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Dylan, that's where the gift came from. You son of a bitch. That's me and Eli handshaking, y'all. that's what the arms look like. And like I said, and now in my opinion, Eli, Predator is the best movie of the 80s. Hands down.
Okay. It's up there.
I know
it is up there.
I know it's how I take. I don't care. I'm putting it up there. So that's that. Like I said, he played Dylan. So that's the thing. So he played, let's go down the list. So he played opposite Sylvester Stallone and opposite Arnold Schwarzenegger, two of the biggest movie stars of the 80s. Held his own, had charisma, had I might even show that with me. So like muscles on top of muscles on. He was built like granite, just like everybody else back in the 80s. So the thing is, Eli, if he can do all that, he's got the acting chops, he's got the charisma, he's got the bill. Where is his franchise?
Mm-hmm.
And he eventually got one. Where is it? Boom. Action Jackson.
Yeah.
Now, here's my thing. You know, I had a criticism about these movies, Eli, these 80s movies, where the action hero always stick the gun down his pants, no holster, nothing. That was always a pet peeve of mine, but he does it here also. You know, it's whatever. But my thing is this. Now I understand Action Jackson was not the biggest box office hit of all time, but it was a hood classic, and it makes it even better.
It's a solid action flick.
Here's
80s action flick.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people never seen a Rocky movie, but they've seen Action Jackson. And, you know, he had one line and stuff like that. So that's the thing. So that was like his big franchising hit. And the thing was they were gonna do a sequel to Action Jackson, but I think like the movie company or the studio like folded. I think was it Canon or Corella? One of those 80s ones that you don't see anymore. That's what
it was made. It was the same people who made like Predator and Die Hard. It's like all those same people are in it. You know?
Yeah.
Like Sonny Lanham is actually in Action Jackson, who played Billy, the Indian guy in Predator. You know,
yeah,
he's in Action
hours.
Jackson. Yeah, and 48. Yeah, Billy the Indian in 48 hours. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was made in those the same company, the same like production company who's making all those movies. But like that was late 80s. I think by the time Action Jackson came out,
like 88. Yeah.
Yeah, like the that type of movies were starting to like wane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we had seen so many. Because it was pretty much everybody had an action cop movie. You know, the cop against the rules, stuff like that. So yeah, it kind of faded away by then. But
Steven Seagal movie, like Van Damme, like everyone was trying to jump on it, and then most of them started just going straight to video after that.
Yeah, because then VHS kind of caught on. They were like easy, quick. So it was like one of the last movies like really get going like that. So that's thing. So like I said, that was his leading man status. Then he kind of faded away in the 90s. Oh, excuse me, until like I said, Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
We got to talk about Happy Gilmore because, like I said, he was no longer a slab of granite or concrete like he was back in the 80s. He was getting older, getting up there, so he had to rely just on his comedic chops, and he killed it. Like I said, that was a very memorable role he did in that one. He was also in Arrested Development. He was funny. That's a funny scene in that one also. Then years later, he finally kind of make his resurgence and comeback as Carl Weathers in Space. I don't know his space name in Star Wars. I never
Grief. Is this like Grief something? Grief something cargo or something?
Yeah, I figured you would know it. Anyway, he was in the Baby Yoda show. He was in, so he was in that one. And you know what? And I actually forgot, I looked this up, that he directed one of the episodes of Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, that's the thing. That makes it kind of shocking about this. Like, because he's been busy lately doing work. So I found out, I was like, oh man, like, damn, he was in his 70s too. So I was like,
and plus the Mandalorian movie, it's about to get made. It got greenlit, so he was going to be in it. So that was going to be the surgeon. He was swimming in Star Wars money. He was swimming in Baby Yoda money. He was back. You know, and then boom, it happened.
I think it was my boss. He sent me the figure, right? Was that him? I got his figure. Wasn't that in the pack?
I think he sent it to you. Yeah.
Yeah, I got in one of those Mob Boss packs. Shout out to Mob Boss. But yeah, he said he's one of those Mob Boss packages. Sent me the grief figure. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all we want to talk about, though. So that's if you don't know Carl Weathers. Plus, he's been in like a bunch of other stuff also. I think his first role was like in Good Times, where Good Times messing with somebody's wife, and and he didn't know it was Carl Weathers. So Carl Weathers showed up, and he was like wanted to choke the shit out of JJ. So of course, JJ was like running away from him and shit. So yeah, that was when he was like Diesel, back then in the 70s.
Oh yeah, because he was like a football player.
He was a football player first, and then he went to act another athlete term. So
yeah.
So yeah, that's all I want to say. Just rest in peace to Carl Weathers.
Yeah, good journey, sir.
Yeah. So damn, that kind of brought the mood down. Let's see if you can pick us up. Can I? Oh, it's on me. It's on me.
It's on you. This is the you show. This is the Leroy show.
Yeah, let's see if I can pick us up. Because Eli, after I do this segment right here, I'm throwing it to you, and I'm gonna let you take as much time as you have. Because after that, I'm going in. All right. So the next thing we want to talk about quickly is Sonic 3. We just want to talk about Sonic 3 real quick. It got greenlit. We knew it was going to get greenlit, but fan got greenlit. And guess what, Eli? We got Jim Carrey back. He's coming back.
Oh,
even though they killed him in the last movie. But
I don't remember. I did see it, but I don't remember what happened.
It doesn't matter. Sonic killed him, dropped the robot on him, some shit. Doesn't matter. He can come back in a second. But the big thing about it, the reason I want to talk about this, because we got, and then that's the whole bunch of people that's coming back also in it. That doesn't matter. The guy he's gonna fight in this one is this was past Genesis, so I don't know who the fuck this is. That's who he's fighting, another evil hedgehog. But here's the thing: they thinking here's what the fans want to voice this character, Hayden Christensen. That's why I wanted to do this segment. They want him to voice Shadow the Hedgehog. They want Anakin Skywalker to do it. Now,
I don't know why, but okay.
Because I don't know anything about the character. Will it fit? Will it make sense? I don't know. You know what? I'm also hearing a rumor, Eli. They saying that Hayden Christensen might get nominated for an Emmy for the Ahsoka episode.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you don't know. We'll find out from that one. So
okay.
So good for him. Hey, he's making a comeback. So that's all I got. Now, Eli, I'm throwing it to you. Okay. I'm gonna talk about this because this is like, as far as nerds, we all have our nerd blind spot. This is mine. I don't know what this is. Yeah, so
this is huge, man. This is gonna be huge.
I know everybody tried to get me into this. I don't know what it is. I couldn't get a starting point. I don't know. So let me know, what am I missing? What's going on with this?
Okay, well, they dropped the trailer for Avatar, not the shitty James Cameron movies. Yes, shitty James Cameron movies, not that. Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Not the shitty M. Night Shyamalan movie, right?
No. Okay. Which was based on this show. So Avatar, The Last Airbender was a cartoon on Nickelodeon that came out in the early 2000s that a lot of kids who grew up watching it are now adults and are excited for this, including my son, who loved this show.
Now, what was it like in the 2000s or? Yeah,
like 2000s. He loved this show. I watched the show with him, and you know what? I got into it. It's actually a pretty cool show. This is before the MCU, before, I mean, it's got an anime flavor. It's very influenced by anime, but it's kind of about, kind of based on like kung fu, martial arts fantasy, like Hong Kong cinema in the 90s. And it's about this world where these people have they can have these powers over earth elements, fire, water, earth. They call them benders, air, the four natural elements, and there's masters of them. And there's one who's prophesized to learn all of them, all the powers, and that's the Avatar, where he would master how to bend air, water, fire, and earth. And he basically teams up with a couple of friends, and they ride a flying giant bison and go on this adventure to
kind of like the thing from Never in the Story.
Yeah, kind of like that. He's a bison though. Yeah, he's a Appa, the flying bison. And they kind of travel the land, learning as because Aang, the main character, he's a kid and he has to learn how to master all these powers. And then he teaches his friends too. And they get into the Fire Nation is basically the bad guys. They're going around, trying to burn and pillage, and they go around trying to unite the water tribes and the earth nations against the Fire Nations. And it's a very deep mythology. It reminds me of Star Wars. It reminds me of Lord of the Rings. That sort of those fantasy hero's journey tropes, and it gets very involved. A lot of characters, a lot of drama, and it's actually pretty cool. I actually got into it, and my kid loved it. I had to see that M. Night Shyamalan movie multiple times in the theater.
Wow.
In 3D. Because he loved it. He actually loved it. He watches, he's grown up now. He actually says, yeah, that movie's not that good. He's taken through adult eyes. He's like, yeah, that movie's not that
At least he is able to admit that. So
yeah. But yeah, I had to sit through that movie a few times in the theater, and of course buying it on DVD when it was released. But yeah, so the Netflix is making a new show, and they dropped the trailer, and it actually looks pretty cool. They were showing, the new characters. They're all kids playing these characters, not like 25-year-olds trying to pass off as teenagers and shit. Like,
right. Hiding shit and yeah.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. What? Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, and what's cool about this that I've noticed is they got a bunch of indigenous actors to play the Water Tribe people.
Okay.
Because the Water Tribe sort of they look like they've been influenced by like Inuit people or the Yupik people, from Alaska and northern, like the North Pole in Canada. Those indigenous people from up around that area. That's what the Water Tribe sort of looks like in that show. So they actually got indigenous actors to portray a bunch of the Water Tribe. So I think that's pretty cool. We get native actors in some shit where they're not on the res, drunk and addicted to drugs, or in boarding schools, or none of that trauma shit. It's just native actors on a show.
Do that on a Nickelodeon show, but okay.
Yeah, So yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm actually excited for it, and a lot of people are excited for it, especially the generation that grew up on that show. So yeah, looks pretty cool.
Well, when this show came out, like 2000s or so.
Yeah, like the early 2000s, Nickelodeon. It was like I think 3 seasons, and then there was The Legend of Korra, which I've never watched. It was like another spin-off show with another character from another time period from that same sort of, world, same sort of mythology. I never watched that show, but again, my kid was all into that stuff. He loved that shit. There was toys. He had the toys. Yeah, he was all into it. He was hardcore into that show, and it's a good show. It's actually for a cartoon. It was pretty cool. Plus, I was a fan of like kung fu movies, and it's sort of, you see that influence, that sort of, martial arts fantasy, where they're like throwing fireballs and throwing energy, kicking rocks at each other, and
right.
Those sort of magical, Mortal Kombat powers, what I mean? Street Fighter powers, throwing chi and all that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I heard it was an American studio that did it, but they kind of mimic, anime.
Yeah, you can tell the anime influence, the Hong Kong cinema influence. But yeah, it was made for kids. It was, it is a children's show, but it did get some, especially towards, the later seasons, it got really deep, and some heavy shit happens, towards the end of that show. Yeah, it's little stuff you wouldn't expect to happen on a kid's show. You know what I mean? People start dying. People, things, morality lines start being, grayed and crossed, and you know what I mean? And some characters start, turning from, good to bad or bad to good. You know what I mean? You start seeing that, So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool show. And I'm actually stoked for it. I'm actually like, damn, I'm probably going to watch this. So,
I mean, but aren't you worried about Netflix getting their hands on it? Because we know their track record.
Yeah, but I watched Cobra Kai, so that's the thing is I don't.
I meant by those cartoon adaptations they always do. That's
yeah, but that's the thing is I've never seen any of those. Like I didn't watch One Piece or besides, I will admit Cowboy Bebop, was about the only one, and I thought that was okay. I mean, it wasn't great, but they did they took a good swing at it, and and it was pretty cool looking. I didn't agree with some of the storylines they did, but I'm going to check it out. And again, when do I get to see? I don't get to see natives on screen that much, so I gotta ride this wave while it lasts. So.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, all right. When's the date? I mean, is it coming out this year or
I think this spring sometime.
This spring. Okay, so they pretty much already
not
done.
Sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, it is coming out this year.
Okay, cool. All right, so now it's back on me. All right.
Yeah.
Like I said, Eli, smoke a cigarette, do what you need to do. I'm about to go in. Like I said, we're at the video game section. I know it's kind of early, but I need some time to go ahead and talk about this. Like I said, I was off this week, so I did nothing but play video games this week. So that's why. But I didn't finish it. I got as far as I could.
Staycation.
I had a staycation, stayed at home to play video games, didn't tell anybody where I was, and I decided to play. What's the name of this game? Suicide Squad. Nope, not that. I messed up. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. That's the name of the game. So, Eli, a lot of people are upset about this game.
I heard.
Yeah, one of the reasons they're upset is because you kill the Justice League. So they're upset that a game called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, where you kill the Justice League. So I don't understand that. It's not like they did false advertising. It's on the box. Like I said, I played the game. I have killed some Justice League members. I've gotten that far in the game. So they telling you what they're doing. But I understand people are upset because now the thing I got to let everybody know that this game is actually based in. This is a sequel to Arkham Knight. This is a sequel to the Arkham games.
Mm-hmm.
But not really. The story is kind of murky. The story is it's almost like they got to jump through hoops to like make it make sense in the Arkham universe. For one thing, let me see if I can show it. Deadshot is white in those games, but he's black here. How?
Okay, yeah.
They mention it in the game, like Boomerang looks at you like, aren't you supposed to be white? And that's it. They say nothing else about it. Now, that's one thing I do want to say about this game. I mean, because the Arkham games were kind of like seriously based, like the animated series, but like it was like put in video game form, where it was like psychological, Scarecrow putting them through the motions, where he had this worst fear about Jokers like that. So it was actually like, intense. This ain't that. Matter of fact, what does this picture remind you of, other than NWA? It reminds you of The Boys.
Oh yeah.
It reminds you of The Boys. That's the feel. It feels like that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to mimic The Boys. You got these no-name people trying to kill superheroes. That's what it is. Because I'm trying to see if I can because that's what you got here. The game does have an atmosphere. It makes you feel like you're up against gods. It makes you really feel like that. Like you're doing missions shit like that, and Superman and Wonder Woman are fighting in the background, and you have to make sure that you don't get killed by the debris that's falling from them, because they really make you feel small, like insignificant. So, and a lot of people are asking, like, well, how the hell can a Suicide Squad kill the Justice League? That's the whole point of the game. Because even Waller didn't believe they can do it. See, like y'all are some assholes. Y'all can't do this shit. So every time you run, because
that's why they're called Task Force X.
That's why they're called Task Force X. So anytime they even meet a Justice League member always wipes the floor with them at first. And that's the reason Justice League don't kill them when they meet. Like, y'all are nobody. Like, why should we even bother doing this? Like, y'all. So it makes you feel like, since you're a member of the Suicide Squad, you're playing a game, you feel significant. Like the very first person you go up against is Batman. And so, you know how in Batman in the Arkham games, where he's hunting down criminals and shit, and he like does the thing and stuff. So he's doing the Suicide Squad like that. So you're going through Arkham, and he's chasing you down. So it's the exact opposite. And you're hearing your Suicide Squad members getting taken out, just like he was taking out the bad guys in the first Arkham game. So it's kind of like a flip version of that. So you're like going against the guys, like, how the hell can you take it down? So basically, how I don't want to do spoil it. I'm not going to spoil about it, but it's interesting how to take it down. Like I said, if anything, the story is interesting, because it does get wacky, because like I said, the game does not take itself serious. You got a bunch of high stakes going around, and these dudes are just joking and laughing their ass up the whole time. And to be honest with you, I was laughing with them. There's some funny jokes in this game, but sometimes when it's supposed to get serious, they're still joking. Like I said, Harley Quinn's never going to take herself seriously, so that's just how she is. So that's the thing. So if nothing else, the storyline, if you're on board with the Justice League getting killed off and you're killing superheroes, then you should pick this game. If you don't like the idea of this game, that they're taking the Batman that you know from the Arkham games, and they're basically just shooting him in the face and pissing on the Flash, that's a spoiler. That actually happens. So if you're against that, then yes, don't spend your money on this game. But if you spend your money on this game and you're mad at killing the Justice League, that's your fault. That's on you. They tell you what the game is. So, like I said,
if you don't read comic books and haven't seen superheroes die before, and this is gonna trigger you, don't play.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, have you motherfuckers never read a comic book before? It's like,
or like played Injustice.
Or played Injustice, or played Gotham Knights. He died in that game.
Yeah.
So, but this is the going, and because another thing people are getting, they're saying, "Oh, this game is shitting on Kevin Conroy's legacy." Like, no, it's not. Stop saying dumb shit like that. Kevin Conroy signed on for this. He knew what he was doing. Matter of fact, they showed him at cons was like promoting the game. Like before he passed, he was saying, "Yeah, I get to play an evil Batman. It was fun." It's not like a Flash situation where they take Christopher Reeves, and digitize him in the movie without his family's permission. It's not like that. He knew what he was doing when he signed up for it. He signed on for it. He wanted to do this role, and he completed the game before he passed. So that's a good thing. Now, keep in mind, all I've talked about was the story and the atmosphere and blah, 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 and all that shit like that. That's cool. However, this is a $60, $70 video game. So here's my philosophy. When you buy a video game, the main reason you're buying a video game is for the gameplay, not the story. The story is icing. That's it. You're playing for the game. Now, what do I think about the gameplay of this game? Now, to be honest with you, what I thought about the gameplay of this one, the gameplay is fun. It's fun. Like, basically what the storyline is, Brainiac's taking over Metropolis, alien invasion, kill aliens. That's the storyline. The problem is, and you're basically playing as different Suicide Squad moves. They all got different powers like that. The reason Deadshot has a jetpack right here because they go into the Hall of Justice and they steal weapons. They steal just the weapons. That's what they got. All kind of powers. Hello? I'm getting feedback.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
here. Yeah, it's
the like wind. I'm outside. It's windy.
Oh yeah, okay. You're in the wind. Okay, yeah. He's doing a weather report. That's okay. He's doing a weather report. Yeah. So the thing is, the game is like fast paced, frantic. But however, I do have to say this: it does get repetitive. The gameplay does get repetitive because it doesn't feel like, even though you're getting more skills, I don't feel like I'm learning more skills. I feel like I'm just doing the same thing, rinse, repeat over and over again on the next rooftop, going to the next rooftop, and that's it. Like I said, it's still fun, and I'm having fun playing the game. My problem is, once the story is done, will I continue playing this game? And that I don't think I will. I don't see myself doing that. Now, people are comparing this game a lot to Marvel's Avengers. Eli, it's very much like Marvel's Avengers. Now, that may be a selling point to some people or a knock for other people, but yes, this very much Marvel's Avengers 2.0, a DC's version of that game. Because it was sometimes when I'm going through missions, I like, oh, it's just like Marvel's Avengers. My brain couldn't even tell the difference. I was just going through the motion like I was Marvel Avengers. Like I said, I love Marvel Avengers. I looked at my time on it. I put 175 hours in that game. So after the storyline was done, I was still playing the game, bringing out stuff. The reason I played that game so much because there was skill to that game. There was stuff you could learn on that game. When you got to higher levels, like you could do stuff with Hulk you couldn't do on early levels before. Like you learn skills with that game. This one, I don't see it. I don't see the skill ceiling with this game. It seems like it's a game you kind of like pick up, just run around with it, and that's it. Like I said, I'll show you the gameplay again. It does like these are made by the people that made Arkham Knight, but it's a shooter. And it plays more like Fortnite. Like, for instance, okay, so it's a shooting game, and everybody kind of plays the shoot. Like, you got Captain Boomerang, whose power is throwing boomerangs. He's got a shotgun. King Shark, whose power is biting people because he's a shark, has a shotgun. Why do these
I was about to say, that's who I would have played as King Shark.
Yeah, like, but why do they have guns? So when they have guns, they don't have enough personality gameplay-wise to separate themselves. That's my thing. So it will make more sense if King Shark didn't have a gun and all he was just melee. But no, he just shoot people. So
like bite like a berserker fury sort of thing.
Yeah, like something like that. Like in Marvel's Avengers, say what you want to about that game. They didn't give Hulk a gun.
No. Because why? Why would you?
Right. Why would you give Hulk a gun? So this thing is separate itself from that. So that's
like Reacher. Have you watched Reacher?
I was gonna review Reacher, but have you watched season 2?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna talk about. We're gonna go full detail in Reacher soon, but yeah.
Okay, cool.
because I seen it too. But yeah, like Reacher, like exactly like that. You just big guy just beat the shit out of people and stuff like that. And honestly, I'm gonna pick up King Shark too. But like I said, the guns, it kind of make okay, everybody's stealing Deathstroke thing. That's what I'm sorry, Deadshot's thing. They make a lot of jokes about. They keep calling Deadshot Deathstroke in this game. That's another funny thing they're doing. and Harley keep doing shit like that because when he saw the jetpack, he was like, "What the fuck I'm gonna do with a jetpack? I can't do a jetpack." And Harley's like, "Yeah, you right. That's something Deathstroke would do." And then she kind of just walk off. You're like, "You motherfucker." That's why he takes the jetpack. So it's some funny shit going on in this game. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. That's it. But like I said, gameplay wise, I'm enjoying it. Here's the thing: everybody bitching about this game hasn't played the game. They saw some clips online. They saw some forums online. They saw some leaks or whatever like that. They heard some IGN motherfuckers say some shit like that. And since they're shitting on the game, they're shitting on the game they hadn't played. Everybody I know that actually played the game is having fun with it. I haven't seen nobody that has played the game that's not saying, "Oh, I spent 5 minutes of it. I can't play." Like Gotham Knights, that shit sucked. I played it for like 30 minutes. I was like that. Eli, last time you saw me touch the game was last time I touched the game. I can't play. This, on the other hand, I'm having fun just going around, bouncing around, shooting people, like traversing, like going from mission to mission. It actually takes a little bit of skill to go from place to place. It's almost like Spider-Man, where you're like having fun going, swinging from blah, blah, blah. It's almost like that. Not quite, but almost, So that's my recommendation of the game. Like I said, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. Even when you think halfway, you think you know where the storyline is going, they throw a curveball at you through the storyline. So I'm not gonna spoil anything for you, but you do kill Justice League members. I do want to let you know that.
I didn't see the outrage. I saw they kill Batman dies and blah blah blah. Like
and like I said, I haven't killed Batman yet. I'm still going after that motherfucker. I think that's my next mission. So honestly, by the time we do this podcast next week, I probably have beat the game.
Yeah, and when I saw that article, I'm like, really? You get to kill Batman? Well, cool.
Right, that's what I thought. Like, yeah, let me kill Batman. Let me kill Green Lantern and Flash and shit like that. Yeah, but they're like, "How you gonna kill Batman?" Like, fuck that. Why, Eli? Why are people so upset about beating the shit out of Batman and killing Batman? I don't get it.
I don't know. Like, where's Booster Gold? Let me kill his dumb ass. Yeah, I want to kill Booster Gold's dumbass.
Do some DLC. Put Green Arrow. Put these motherfuckers in here so we kill them too. Martian Manhunter, yes. Let me set his ass on fire or some shit,
Yeah, let me torture the shit out of Hal Jordan. Fucking
right. Please let me fucking douchebag. Right. I will replay that mission over and over again. So, but you got a lot of people upset because they're killing Batman. I think now, to play devil's advocate, I think it's not just they're killing Batman; they're killing the Arkham Batman. It's almost like Endgame, because like it's almost like Endgame if Tony Stark, they brought him back and Kang like shot him in the face like when he first came back. Like Robert Downey just came back for like one scene. I guess it would almost feel like that. Because they kind of wrapped up his story, then brought him up and just did some other shit. So
the Arkham version. But even though Kevin Conroy was like voiced pretty much every Batman in every medium almost.
Right. Everything you can think of, he's done it. But yes, but this is a continuation of like they even say what happened to him after Arkham Knight, like what he did, because we all thought he died, but he like faked his death, and then Superman said come join the Justice League and blah 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 or whatever. They recap all the Arkham games, and it's also there's even Riddler trophies in here. Why Riddler is here, I don't know. Yeah.
What about Peacemaker? That'd be cool.
Peacemaker's not here. Where's Katana? She got my back.
Yeah.
One swinging like mine.
Where's Killer Croc? Yeah.
Right. Now keep in mind, everybody you just naming, that I'm hearing that they're gonna be DLC. They're milking the shit out of this game. This is a live service game. They're gonna keep updating stuff like that. There are other Suicide Squad members that kind of like pop up through there, which I wasn't expecting. Rick Flag is in the game. He's like a support character. There's another character called Hack. If anybody played the game, then the character Hack is from the comics. She's from the New 52. Now, I thought she died, but I guess it didn't really matter. So whatever. But she's from the comics. So who else was?
And you figure Diablo would, like, if it's like a run and gun kind of game, Diablo would kind of fit with that since he shoots fire,
Or Killer Frost. What the fuck is Killer Frost?
There you go. Yeah.
And
Captain Cole.
Captain Cole, or one of them like that. But like I said, we already know what they're doing. They're making the shit, and we know Deathstroke is coming. We know that. They can't give you Deathstroke off the rip. They gotta milk this shit. So yeah. So that's one thing. So they're basically trying to set this game up where they want you to play hours and hours and hours after the storyline is wrapped up. Will I do that? I don't see myself doing that, but who knows? We'll see. I don't see myself putting 200 hours in this one like I did Marvel's Avengers. So.
And if they're going to charge another $50,
oh yeah, they're going to bend your ass over the table for Deathstroke. Oh yeah. So just be ready for that. Just be ready for that. So we'll see how it goes. So that's all I got. I'm done. I know I was going to take a long time on it. I got because I haven't beat the game yet, and I want to do spoilers. So that's all I got with that. So
cool.
All right.
Well, it looks cool. I said that about the Avengers. Well, I played the Avengers demo, so
that demo killed that game.
Yeah, I was like, that made me not want to get it. Well, I mean, it was all right. I mean, I had fun, but it didn't make me want to bust. It didn't want to make me blow all the money. But then, but when they released it for $5 or whatever, I still didn't get it.
Well, it's gone now, so you can just get that. So here's my thing: comparing Suicide Squad to Marvel's Avengers. Like I said, these games are very, very similar. My thing is this: Suicide Squad. I'm talking about just gameplay wise alone. Suicide Squad is more fun. But Marvel took more skill, like it had more depth to it. It had
like everybody had a different power.
Yes, everybody had a different power. Everybody felt different. Captain America didn't feel like Hulk. Hulk didn't feel like Thor.
Yeah, you had to know how to throw. Yeah, you had to know how to throw his shield. You had to know how to fight with Black Widow, and of course Hulk. He was like, he was a melee character. That was
right. So you had to learn each character, and it took a long time to learn each character. With this, it's not that. Once you learn how to shoot people, you're good. So, but
you can be anybody. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure when they start, and like I said, when they put Peacemaker in here, I'll definitely be down with that. So that's all I got. Like I said, I recommend the game. I recommend the game. Well, I put it like this. I don't recommend this game at $70 because I do feel like once you beat the storyline, which they say the storyline is like about 10 hours long, so like that, I don't see you going back to that. So wait for a price drop. It's coming. Don't worry about it. Price drop is coming. And if everybody else bitching about the game, let it go. we kill superheroes all the time. It's not a big deal. These are fictional characters. Fictional characters. Let it go. That's it.
Yeah, people just want to bitch. That's all the internet is for now. Is just bitching.
That's all it's for. Like they just keep going on. Like people making these long ass posts about a game they haven't even played or don't even plan to play. Like if you don't play it, ignore it.
Even when you try to be positive and suck something's dick, like, oh, this is awesome. There's going to be a bunch of people. I thought it sucked. Trash. Dumpster.
Right. Yeah. How dare you? Like you have no taste.
Yeah.
Jay, what's going on? How you doing, Jake?
Oh, Jake's in the house. What up?
Jake would not have got my reference at the beginning of the show.
I forgot what you said. There's something old.
Showing my age, that's all. But yeah. All right. That being said, we move on to the next part of the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, this comic book bullies. We're talking about comic books. We're gonna jump into it, and Eli's gonna do Duke number 2 first.
Am I?
Well, I want to hear it. I'm curious.
Okay. All right. I'll do Duke number 2.
I don't know what you were planning to do, but that's what you have a request, Eli.
That sounds like a dirty joke. Duke number 2. Yeah, I'll do Duke. Is this my book of the week? Sure, I'll make this my book of the week. This is pretty cool. Duke number 2, the Energon universe, G.I. Joe and Transformers are crossing over at Image. And basically all our toys, well, my toys when I was a kid, we're playing with them in comic books now. So we've had the Transformers. Daniel Warren Johnson is killing it on that book, as I expected him to. In that book, they introduced Duke. Duke was flying a jet. He got attacked by Starscream, crash landed. So they established Duke in that Transformer book. Duke number 1, he's like, hey man, I saw a fucking robot transform into a jet, and everybody thinks he's crazy. The G.I. Joe, everybody, Flint, everybody thinks he's crazy. Like, nah, man, you're going nuts, man. So he goes rogue, trying to investigate. So that's what he's doing now. Number 2 picks up. He's gone rogue, trying to figure out where the fuck this big giant robot came from. He ends up with Clutch. Now I'm getting into some deep G.I. Joe shit now.
Yeah, you going above my pay grade right now.
Yeah, Clutch, and I had Clutch, the toy Clutch. He had that Jeep. Was it called the Vamp or whatever, with the fucking gun on the back? Clutch was a character, and he was a toy. Anyways, Duke finds Clutch, is like, hey, I got this sensor I picked up from Mars Industries. Mars Industries is Destro's weapons manufacturing company. And he has
I learned that from that movie.
Yeah. Oh, Destro? Which one? The live action movie? Okay. Yeah, because I'm trying to think that the animated one. Because the animated G.I. Joe movie from the 80s, that was referenced in the Cobra Commander book. Cobra Law and Serpentor and all that shit. That was heavily referenced in the Cobra Commander book. But anyways, so he has Clutch look over this sensor thing. It's some sort of a tracking device. And next panel, it shows Destro like, oh shit, somebody's got my tracking device. So Destro knows what's up now. And then Rock and Roll and Stalker show up. Now, Rock and Roll and Stalker are other G.I. Joe characters.
I remember them. Okay.
Yeah, Rock and Roll was the heavy machine gunner. He had Gatling guns and M60s. He was just a big giant blonde surfer white boy with big ass guns. He comes in shooting after he's chasing them, basically after Duke, because he's gone AWOL and they're trying to bring him into custody and shit. And then Stalker's there sniping out motherfuckers like, hey man, you guys, we can't have you running around, Duke. We're going to take you to the pit. So they take Duke and Clutch to the pit, which is like their secret. It's like their negative zone or their raft or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Their secret. And all this stuff. Yeah. One of their top Black secret prison. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Like and it hasn't been in function since the 80s, but they still use it for things like, when they need to house or transfer like, high value criminals or whatever. So they throw Duke and Clutch into the jail, into the secret prison. And they're like, we got to get out of here, man. We got to figure out what's going on. No one believes me. There's these giant robots. And then all of a sudden they hear from the next cell, perhaps you can use some of my help. And it's the Baroness. So the Baroness is in jail with them.
Now I know if anybody,
everybody knows who the Baroness is. and everybody who had G.I. Joe toys had a Baroness figure. And we all know what we did with the Baroness figure too.
I blame the Baroness for our love for toxic women. She fucked us all up. And women with glasses. She fucked us up.
Yes. The Baroness figure was basically a Barbie doll with kung fu grips.
You girls are missing out.
Yep. Baroness, yeah, she was very well endowed in all the right places. So yeah, to be continued. I'm like, holy shit, man, this is getting deep. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm just digging this. This is like right up, it's almost nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? I'm reliving my childhood. My toys are coming to life in a pretty cool story, and I'm digging it. So 4 out of 5.
Cool. Okay. All right. So I'll be honest with you, Eli. For me, it was a light week. So I'm gonna do my due diligence because, like I said, it is Black History Month, so you know what that means.
It was a light week, but there were cool books, like stuff that I was actually reading came out. So I didn't buy much, but everything I did buy, I was already reading. So
that's true. So like he was already on Duke. So yeah, not too much I was doing. So, but the thing is, like I said, I got to do my due diligence because, like I said, it is Black History Month. So you know what that means. We got to do a whole bunch of black books. Because they had those anthology books come out.
Marvel Voices.
Marvel Voices, they dropped one. And DC dropped one also, that DC
History or something.
Yeah, Celebration. DC
Celebration. Yeah.
I think
so.
That's what it's called. Yeah, not that one. That one. Yeah, there we go. So that's what I'm saying. And that's the thing, Eli. I didn't buy either one of them, but and then I'm gonna tell you the reason why I didn't. But the reason I didn't buy it because the thing is they make these big anthology books and they make them so damn expensive. I'm like, I can't do it. I'm gonna just wait till it. Yeah, I'm gonna just wait to read Black History Month and June. When it comes on Marvel Unlimited. But the thing is, good thing
when it's free.
Right, when it's free and I can read this shit. But the good thing about DC Universe is that they actually dropped it.
The Juneteenth sale. All the black heroes are free. Yeah.
Right. They're dropping another book then. I'll read that one in November or some shit, So that's the thing. So it's pretty much all the books you can think of, all the black superheroes that they, have in circulation. They're there, but I'm not gonna read all those books. You got Mr. Terrific showing up, and you got Batwing showing up, and Nubia showing up, and all stuff like that. I'm gonna just read one, and I'm gonna just fly through this one as quick as possible. Like I said, you did Duke, I'm gonna do Duke. So, boom.
Okay.
That Duke, yeah. That Duke. Duke is Signal. Everybody knows he's Batman's sidekick to wear bright colors in the daytime. So when the bad guys are shooting at Batman, they're gonna shoot at him first because he's an easy target. So that's his superpower. I don't know why, but anyway. That's his thing.
You know what? Right. You're the one who makes me think of racist jokes. I don't think that until you say them.
I'm sorry, because that's the first thing I was thinking of. Like, why is he his sidekick wearing these bright ass colors at nighttime? So, hey, shoot me first, y'all. So Batman can sneak around and shit. Anyway, we got Duke. Signal, that's his name. He's getting beat up by Kronos. Kronos is a Blue Beetle villain? And okay, Kronos is DC's version of Kane. That's all I can tell you. But he's not as cool. So that's to tell you something. So yeah. So he decides to do some shit. Oh, you got the other bad sidekicks. You got who's that? Bluebird? Something. Whoever
I can't remember.
And spoiler.
I see spoiler. I don't know who the other one is. Unless it's a new
Harper. She's new 52.
Oh.
She's new 52.
Okay.
Yeah, a Scott Snyder thing, but whatever she is. Anyway, they're fighting Kronos, and let's see. And Duke throws a thing at him and it knocks it down. But the thing is, Kronos hits him with a blast because he's got time travel powers, shit like that. And he shows up in New Gotham, So he looks around and he sees Commissioner Montoya. She's already commissioner, but she's commissioner now, but she's old Montoya now. And he gets hit by two Robins. So they were like, "Who are you?" And then they show him, and then they kick the shit out of him again. And that's when Black Batman shows up. But he tells the Robins, "Quit kicking my ass." So this is future Duke. Duke becomes Batman in the future. He was like,
okay,
yeah. So he's saying but future Duke is saying, I don't remember this ever happening. So obviously some kind of multiverse, timey-wimey, whatever thing. But, it's a possible future. And so he basically said, I guess those are his kids or some shit. I don't know where these Robins came from. But anyway, they fight something. And all the Dukes and Robin. Oh, so Duke and Batman. Well, Duke and Duke. They go fight the alien monster shit like that. So they fight him. They beat him up, blah, 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 whatever. I don't care. Anyway. And at the end of it, and when the monster's already beating stuff like that, and then he's just telling him this, you get this, and this will take you back to your regular time. And also, Duke, I want to let you know one thing. I do remember this happening. Dun, dun, dun. So this is the possible future that may happen. So and then it says back in time, and Blueberry or whatever fucking name is, and spoiler, they beat the shit out of Kronos. The end. Yeah. So. And a bunch of the stories. So, that was actually the best story out of all of it. Let's tell you something.
Okay.
But the Green Lantern one with Sojourner and John Stewart, that was pretty decent. It felt like another. What was the name of that story? No Borders Journey, No Frontier. Whatever. I can't remember.
I don't know.
But that's the thing. So that was this. And I'll review the Marvel Voices thing later. I don't know. I may buy it next week. I don't know. We'll see from there. But that's all I got. So,
damn, things picking up out here. Damn.
Yeah, bunch of throwaway stories.
Hopefully, I'm inside now. Hopefully, the internet don't kill.
Okay.
I'll try to
well, the wind's gone.
Stay by the window as close as I can.
And so
yeah.
But that's all I got. So what you got?
I got Wolverine number 42. Is this my book of the week?
Is every book your book of the week?
This could have been my book of the week too. This was pretty cool. This is that number 2 in that Sabretooth War.
Sabretooth War, yeah.
Yeah. Which is headline is advertised as the most violent Wolverine story ever.
Like, you gotta come with it if you're gonna say that. So
that so far they're making good on it. This book is pretty brutal.
Okay.
Because even by Marvel standards.
Because even the first issue, he like chopped up one of Wolverine's kids and spelled happy
birthday. Daken and Kid Cable. He on Wolverine's birthday. Last issue. So Sabretooth got out of the pit. He's all pissed off because he got thrown in the pit. Back in House of like 10 Hickman. Or whatever?
Yeah.
Back in the House of X day. Yeah, like 4 years ago. Sabretooth got thrown in the pit for killing a human, violating the law. And so he's been going around, I guess he's collected an army of Sabretooths. So he's gone through all these like multiversal
multiverse and shit,
and collected all these different versions of Sabretooth. He's even got like headless Sabretooth clones, like headless Sabretooths. Sabretooth like drones with no heads on them. It's wild. So they find out Wolverine is housing, and a bunch of X-Men are housing a bunch of mutants that are hiding out, from Orcus because of the whole Fall of X thing. And they're at the North Pole.
So it's a steel Fall of X and
yeah. So and it's like Sabretooth kills Daken and Kid Cable on Wolverine's birthday last issue, and like spelled out happy birthday in their body parts in the snow.
That's messed up.
Yeah, that's how the last issue ended. It's like, Wolverine in his dead son's arms and legs all spelling out happy birthday. And Kid Cable too. So this issue picks up, they like all the bunch of Sabretooth, they got Wolverine tied up, and they got like adamantium, Omega Red's adamantium like tentacles and shit tying him up, and like.
But he got him from another multiverse,
Sabretooth's been going around killing like all his villains and shit, I guess. Yeah. So they tie up Wolverine. They're like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna go into your secret hideout and kill all your friends." So they tie up, Wolverine with his with the Omega Red's adamantium tentacles and shit, and they go in and just start basically slaughtering all the mutants. And they're like ripping off heads. They're like ripping out like intestines, and it's like really. There's some panels that like, wow, for Marvel, this is pretty brutal, pretty gory. They don't skip on the gore in this book.
Okay, so that's how they advertise it. So
yeah. What's her face? Laura. X-23 is like fighting.
Don't kill Laura. Come on, man.
Yeah. So X-23 is fighting like all these, and she gets a couple of them. She kills a couple of the Sabretooth clones and shit. Meanwhile, Wolverine like rips off his arms and legs to get out of those tentacles.
Like his
so
own
he's
arms
like
legs?
Yeah. So he's like running around on stubs, and his claws are like out of stubs and shit. And he breaks in there. He gets into the hideout, but he's too late. Like he just sees like just bodies of the mutants and shit. And then he right at the end, he finds the birthday present that Laura was going to give to Wolverine, and it's all full of blood, and Laura's gone. So we don't know what happened to Laura.
No, that's where man, you can't kill Laura. See, I'm gonna get upset like them assholes online about Batman if you kill Laura, man. Don't kill Laura.
Yeah, that's where it ended. It's like he's like, he comes in the room, he sees like his birthday, because they were getting ready for Wolverine's birthday, and she had a present to give him. And then he goes into the room, and there's the birthday present, all gift wrapped on the table, and it's all full of blood. And then to be continued. So pretty cool, man. Pretty sick shit.
I want to see where they go, because they've had some epic battles, so you gotta ramp it up, And Benjamin Percy, since he's putting his stamp on this Wolverine run, he's like, let me go ahead and do a Sabretooth run,
Yeah. Pretty cool, man. 4 out of 5.
Especially since they rather to reboot all this shit anyway. Might as well put a stamp on it. So
yeah. 4 out of 5. This is good. Maybe 5. Yeah, fuck it. 5 out of 5. This was cool.
It depends on what happens to Laura. That's how we're gonna rate this.
Yeah. Yeah. But this as a standalone issue, this was sick. This issue was sick. There's a lot of gore, a lot of blood, a lot of brutality, and like I said, they're making good on their promise as being the most violent Wolverine story ever.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay. Now, the book, this is my last book. Like I said, it was Life for Me. This is my last book. So this is going to be a throwback book. This is going to be a Black History book because, like I said, last Black History, each week of Black History Month, I did a black superhero like Amanda Waller.
Did I cut out again?
Kane, some shit,
Okay.
But now we're going to do Superman. The reason we're going to do Superman is because there's a lot of confusion about which Black Superman there is. Now, I do got to let you know, as far as like the multiverse Superman, Black Superman out there, there's two of them. There's two Black Supermans out there right now. One is Val-Zod. Val-Zod is from Earth 2. And the other one is President Superman from Earth 23. They are two different Supermans made by two different writers. They're on two different planets. They don't know each other and don't interact with each other. So I know a lot of people keep getting confused. They keep mixing one and the other. No, they're two different ones. So I've already done Val-Zod like either last year or the year before. Now I'm going to do President Superman. Now, I do want to let you know he was created by Grant Morrison. This is a Grant Morrison story. So you have been warned. We're just going to go to it.
Grant Morris wrote this?
Yeah.
Oh, so this is your old book.
This is my old book. This is my old book.
Right okay.
Here. Yeah.
Okay.
This from the New 52. He was creating New 52. So like
your retro review.
This is my retro-ish review. My retro Black History.
I guess it's like over 10 years. New 52 is like what, over 10 years old?
It's past 10 years.
Damn.
New 50. This book came out in 2012.
Damn.
Yes. So yeah.
Damn. Getting old, man.
We're getting up there. All right. So let's get to it. We got, like I said, Grant Morrison. So stay with me because he's gonna go there. He does things. All right. So the first thing you see is President Superman beating the shit out of Lex Luthor. And he's just like, Lex, why are you always sending your robots after me? For you to hate me this much, you got some real prejudice about yourself. And he was like, hold up, Superman. I just want you to know one thing. I'm not racist. I hate everything else about you. Just remember that. So, and then he throws Lex Luthor in jail, and he goes find out exactly what Lex Luthor was up to. So he goes into this room and he finds this machine there. The machine has got like this humming thing to it. And while he's looking at it, he tells Brainiac to hook up to it, find out what it is. Okay, so Brainiac, he actually controls Brainiac in this universe. Brainiac is like his AI, so it's not evil, or it will be. But anyway, goes through it and he sees the three people coming through it, two of them on fire, and they're on fire, and she's just like, who are these people right here? And she like, hey, get away from me, you fake ass Superman. And she takes a kryptonite rifle and shoots it in his chest. And she's just like, that kryptonite didn't hurt you. He's like, what's kryptonite? He didn't even know what it is. It had no effect on him whatsoever. And so she's like, Clark, Jimmy, no, those are the two bodies that are on the ground right now. So obviously this is Lois Lane. And she was like, so can you at least tell me what's going on right now? And she basically tells him the story about we're trying to get away from this creature that's going around killing Superman. And did you get out? Let me get you back in here.
I'm in.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. So the thing is, they're running from this creature that's going around killing Superman in the multiverse. We've done this before, and every Superman we've gone through has been this weak ass Superman or this kitty Superman. So, what makes you any different from any other Superman that he's killed before? And I'm gonna skip past this. This is the old story. Blah blah blah. Planet blows up. Get rescued by a couple stuff like that. He goes to the Earth. His dad has a Jerry curl named Jor-El. No dash, just Jor, And we see, and his name is Calvin Ellis on this planet. Get it? Cal-El. Oh, and his secret identity is President of the United States. So, yeah. This was 2012. So, put that in mind frame what Grant Morrison was going with that. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so she's
it seems eons ago.
It seemed like so long ago, but yeah, that's where it was going. So they're basically telling the story about how they got here. So basically, they were on their planet, on their universe. Clark Kent was a regular ass dude, and he got this machine from Tibet that basically lets them anything he can think of, it can become a reality. So, but it's too strong for him by himself. So he has to team up with Lois and Jimmy, and they all get together and they all concoct this image and they create whatever they want. Anything they can think of becomes reality. So what do they all think of? They think
the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
They could don't think of something that would destroy us world. So what they do, they think of Superman. They want to create a Messiah. So they create Superman. But the thing is, the machine drains them so much they can only hold the image of Superman for 25 minutes. It's like the most glorious thing to end. Just seeing Superman and everything that he stands for, his ethic and how good he is, he makes him cry. And they're like, we got to give this to the world. We have to give this to the world because it would inspire the world if we could just get Superman to the masses. But the thing is, the machine doesn't have enough power, so they need more money to get Superman to the masses. So what do? They go to the evil corporation, Overcorp. And what does Overcorp say? Like, okay, yeah, we will take your Superman idea, but we're going to put the money up. And they were like, okay, you can take the Superman idea, but we have to own like the rights, like the development rights of them, because we don't want the Superman idea to get away from us. We want to make sure that we control, because this Superman idea is going to last longer than rock stars and movie stars and athletes like that. This idea, will last, forever, as long as people are around. If you see where Grant Morrison is going with this, I'll break it down in a second. So that's what I'm saying. So since they created Superman, they want to keep the rights while they put the money up to help to do it. And the evil corporations are like, don't worry, we'll put our lawyers on it. We'll take care of it. So, and exactly what's going to, and we don't know this, but this is going to be Mr. Mixioplicknick, or one of those fifth dimension imps that's causing shit. He controls the evil corporation. So they buy the rights to Superman, and they do exactly what evil corporation do. They franchise them. They take the idea, they pervert the idea, and do whatever they want to. And they're evil corporation. They franchise it. They turn it into everything. They put the logo on everything you think of, on burgers, on movies, on music, on underwear, helicopters. They just made billions off this idea. And what they've done is that they outsource it to other companies. No, they outsource it to the public, and they focus test it. And what the world really wants is an evil Superman. And that evil Superman is the one coming after them right now. So he's coming through like, that's the curse of Superman right there. It's the idea that's been perverted over the years from evil corporations taking our pure idea that we had. And so this Superman is called Super Doom. We don't say that right now, but they'll find out later on right now. He's just there, and he just beat the shit out of him. Meanwhile, he gets a call that Libya is under attack right now because, like I said, he's still the president. And they don't know he's Superman. So like, we need negotiations with Libya right now because they got hostages. We need you here in the White House right now. He's like, oh, shit. So he tells Brainiac to send one of his Superman robots. So Brainiac sends a Superman robot, and he pretends to be him taking over while he does everything. And he's just beating the shit out of, they're just beating the shit out of each other. And he's just telling him, I don't care what other weak-ass Superman you found on any other planet, or Kitty Superman or Rabbit Superman, I am the real deal. You're facing the real Superman right now. So they're going at each other. They're facing each other while Brainiac is running the world. And yeah, and he's punching him. He realized that robot is slow, and he gets blasted by, who blasts him? Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor's like, nobody kills Superman but me. And he's looking at him. He's like, you being this evil Superman, you were exactly what I thought you were this whole time. You're this big bully fascist. So now I'm going to kill you because I can't have two Superman running around. So Lex Luthor's blasting him. He's still recovering. It's not doing anything. And he gets his hand on Superman while he's fighting him. He's punching him. He's using super speed on, because apparently this Superman doesn't have super speed, but President Superman does. So he punches him so fast he can't react to him. So he kicks him back in that cube that we saw on the first page, and he pushes him through it. And it's like this thought thing that you can make Superman do whatever you want to. He's like, I want you to be in a cage. So he basically teleports him in between dimensions. So he's like lost in the bleed. I'll explain the bleed later on another, or I've already explained it before. And yeah, that's it. So when he's finally beat that evil Superman, then the Justice League show up. Oh yeah, and all the Justice League are black. You got Nubia, Vixen, Cyborg, John Stewart, and Batman is still white. So yeah. Oh, and Steel's there. So yeah. And so that's the thing. So she says, my name is Lois Lane, and turns out you were the real deal Superman. The end. So yeah. So a lot of stuff going on in this book.
It's deep.
It's deep. It's a lot of stuff. Like, if you got to understand what's going on, basically this whole thing about them going from the multiverse, that basically he didn't just, it would have made more sense if he'd have made like Siegel and Schuster, but he probably couldn't do it because they don't own the rights to him. But it basically wanted to be Siegel and Schuster, like the people that actually made Superman. they went to DC to put their to the masses, and he basically trying to say that DC kind of, well, they kind of shitted on the creators and turned into everything. And that every time you turn around, it's evil Superman. You got evil Superman in the Suicide Squad movie. You got evil Superman in Injustice. You got evil Superman in Zack Snyder. That's all we want is evil Superman. because they focus tested it. So they got this evil Superman going around killing every Superman he can. But you got President Superman, who is an inspiration idea of the original Superman, but he's Superman done right. How Superman's supposed to be. Good, protecting the people, truth, justice, American way, all powerful, but doesn't abuse his power. So, and keep in mind, over the multiverse shit that DC has made, President Superman is the de facto Superman. He outranks like regular Superman that we know. So when they do the whole shit, it's him they call. So, so like I said, deep story. Grant Morrison doing stuff with it. There's actually more stuff into it. I can getting too deep into it, but basically trying to say like the bad guy of this was basically DC Comics. So yeah. So there you go. That's your history right there. You got, I talked about Val-Zod last year. This is Calvin Ellis, Kal-El, President Superman. I know it sounds like an old idea having why is Superman the president. You just had to be there. You're there in 2012. You get it. So yeah. Yeah. So
Obama was president then.
Obama was president. I didn't want to say it, but that's out the bag. So yeah.
But people don't know. I mean, yeah, kids don't know. They don't know, man.
Yeah,
they don't know. Yeah,
that's all. Yeah,
you know, this new generation. Yeah,
they
don't remember Obama, the Obama years.
It was a long time ago. It doesn't seem that long ago, but it was a long time ago.
It was a long time.
And that was his second term.
That was his second term.
Yeah. So he was there before that. So yeah, sorry.
The world just wasn't ready. Or this country wasn't ready, I should say.
And may never be again. I don't know.
Yeah, because look what happened after. Look what we got after.
And look what's coming.
And look what's coming. And now we're getting deep. Okay, right, onto the funny shit. Let's get into the more funny books.
Yeah. All right. Back in character. Okay. So what book you got
next? Escapism. Incredible Hulk, number 8. Yeah.
Okay.
Is this my book of the week?
Every book is your book of the week. Now I know Ghost Rider was in this, so
this is that World War II Ghost Rider. This is a different Ghost Rider. He's a World War II Ghost Rider. Yeah.
He driving like a tank and shit? Or?
He's on a motorcycle, but it's got like the buggy, you know, on the front, on the side. Like
when Captain America was riding in whatever.
Yeah. So Hulk and this he's on the run. It's back to, lonely Hulk, just wandering, walking the earth, lonely and shit. He's teamed up, or he's taken on a little girl who's abused by her father. She kind of fucked him up, and she's been tagging along with them, and they ended up in like this migrant village, like Mexico, and there's like this monster that's attacking them. So Hulk kind of and that Ghost Rider, that World War II Ghost Rider, has been protecting him from this monster. So what's been going on in this story is the mother of monsters is trying to get control of the Hulk, and
not Lilith, but somebody else.
Not Lilith. It's another. It's the eldest or whatever. It's some god, some monster demon god. So she sent out all the monsters on Earth to go basically get Hulk. So they're down in this Mexican village. There's a monster that's been stalking people, and Ghost Rider, this World War II Ghost Rider shows up. Well, this monster turns out to be something called the War Devil, and it ends up possessing the Hulk. And in the Hulk, basically, there's a flashback on how this monster was created through, the centuries and shit. Possesses the Hulk and has the Hulk go on a rampage. So then we get the Ghost Rider versus Hulk fight, the good old superhero throwdown misunderstanding. Eventually Banner, in Hulk's mind, defeats this demon that's possessing him, and basically pukes out all the black goo that it was. It was like a black goo that it seeps into the Hulk, and he like pukes it out, and that black goo forms into this big giant ass monster. And then there's a big old battle with the Hulk and Ghost Rider teaming up, and they take on this big ass monster, and they defeat it eventually. And like, hey, this demons after you. I can't stay here. We're gonna leave. And and the Ghost Rider's like, well, nice kicking ass with you. I'm gonna stay here and keep on protecting the village. And that's kind of where it ends. So it kind of wraps up this story arc that's been going on.
So I think wasn't it just like 2 parts? That was it.
Yeah, and then Hulk continues on down this lonely road. Yeah, yeah. So pretty cool. 4 out of 5. This is like becoming like a monster of the week sort of book. He fights different monsters, which is like how it used to be, the old school Hulk. Fighting different creatures.
Monster for monster, yeah.
Yeah, jumping from town to town and fighting different.
Hey, if the formula works.
Yeah, there you go. And this has been cool. So 4 out of 5, cool shit.
I think I'm gonna go read an old school book, a Hulk book after this, like from the 70s or 80s. I just feel like reading one of those books right now. But I'm after this shows up. Yeah.
Where he fights the Wendigo.
You Wendigo absorbing man and shit like that. Just it's dumb shit.
There's all like a different. I can't even think of like this. Weird monsters.
Yeah, he just beat the shit out of everybody. That's what he did. So
yeah.
Oh shoot! Anything else we got or?
No. My runner up would be the Beast World.
Isn't this the last? Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't. Isn't this the last one?
It's the last issue. I didn't want to spoil it. It's cool. It ended. I didn't want to put spoils out there, but it ended. Pretty cool shit. Yeah, dope event. So everybody go read Titans Beast World.
Tom Taylor's been on Facebook. He's been bragging about it. He's like, "Hey, this is my first event."
Yeah.
So,
and he did good. Not too shabby.
They get him keys to the store. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. So, anything else we got or?
No, that's it. I'm booked out.
Okay. Just want to briefly talk about. I do want to congratulate.
Oh yeah, the Killer Mike shit.
Yeah, we want to congratulate Killer Mike for winning all 3 Grammys. He won every hip hop category in the Grammy tonight. So I called it. I was like, if the Grammys know what they're doing, they will give him the award. I didn't think he was gonna win all of them, but hey, I'm glad he won all of them. Problem was the moment he won all the awards, he got arrested.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
What the fuck was it for?
Well, the thing is, I think the police were already looking for him, and they knew he was going to show up to get his Grammys.
For what? What was it? Some stupid drug shit?
Probably. But he had, I guess, whatever it was, I guess he was dodging the police. So when he finally showed up there, they got him. So that was going on. However, that's one thing people are saying about it. But what I'm mad about is that once again, the hip hop awards and the Grammys was not televised. They didn't put it on TV. No, it was like on Instagram or some shit like that. But like when they actually doing the live hour premiere, they don't show it on TV. So which the same thing that people the rappers boycotted back in the 90s for Grammys not doing it. They're not showing it on TV. So.
Yeah, they used to do that for metal too. They wouldn't televise like the metal category because it's a lesser form of art or whatever, not good enough to be televised. But I don't know. I don't watch the Grammys.
But they'll show Miley Cyrus and shit, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Yeah, that's not my deal.
Yeah, look, he won.
But I'm glad. Who was all nominated? Do you know who was all nominated for hip hop shit?
I can look it up. Obviously, Drake.
Of course.
Let me see. Let me see. All I know is that I was like, he better win that shit. Who was nominated?
He said like free on that new album. He was like saying free Leonard Peltier and shit.
Yeah. Oh, like I said, for people that don't know, I know a lot of people listening to this don't know who Killer Mike is. He's from Run the Jewels. The other half of Run the Jewels. Run the Jewels. So there you go.
He was solo before he went Run the Jewels.
Yes, years before Run the Jewels. So,
I remember all day. Was it Adidas or whatever?
Think about sex. Yeah. I don't know. I can't find it. Who was it?
Well, at least he won. I don't know.
Yeah, it was somebody else. That's all that matters. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
know what I watched last night?
What you got?
Was that Run DMC documentary on was it on Peacock? It's brand new. It's like a 3-part documentary series. I think it was on Peacock.
Oh, so check this out. Check this out. They have a We Are the World's documentary somewhere.
Oh, I think it's on Netflix. I saw that advertised.
Yeah. And I think they said Chevy Chase was in there singing somewhere.
Chevy Chase?
Yeah.
A lot of people in there on We Are the World. Dan Aykroyd? Wasn't Dan Aykroyd
I think it was Dan Aykroyd. I got to confuse that.
Oh, yeah, Chevy Chase. Yeah, one of them SNLers and shit.
You're right.
Yeah. For people who don't know what We Are the World is.
I forgot. You're right.
No one knows who We Are the World is, or anybody who sang on that shit, except for Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. All I remember is that Michael Jackson was singing, and then it was like somebody, I don't know, Bruce Springsteen.
Oh yeah,
Michael Jackson, like, Joe would have beat my ass if I would have did this on this song. You doing that? Okay.
I know everybody's like, "We are the world," and then fucking Bruce Springsteen, "We are the world." He was like doing death metal vocals and shit.
Like, what the fuck, man?
Oh yeah.
I still can't find out who was nominated. I was trying to filibuster. I still don't know. It don't matter. Fuck it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, fuck it. At least he won. Yeah,
he won. Yeah. If you listen this long, definitely like, subscribe. If you're liking the other Instagram format we did, let us know. I'll go back to that. The reason I didn't do it this week, because this was a very special episode, and I wanted to not do tomfoolery this week. Next week, we're going back to the other shit. So yeah,
it's all all gloves are off. We're going back to our fuckery.
We'll see how it goes. Definitely check out this Geeks and Comics. They dropped the show tonight. I don't know what they talked about. I know they went in on Duke. I know that much.
I'm sure Gomer had the moment of destruction, the hour of destruction, or whatever.
Right. But I don't know what else they did. So definitely check them out, and then listen to us again. Until then, it's Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys this week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.